as the conversation progresses. But before we proceed, I would want you to, on behalf of the chief host of this program, Honorable Chinasiri Lanuki, and of course, Solid FM and our esteemed listener, want to extend a special recognition to the executive chairman of Iweze South local government area, who happens to be a man whose leadership style continues to set a new standard in grassroots governance. He is widely known for his progress agenda, a vision that is anchored on transparency, innovation, and inclusion. And that's the essence of our conversation today. Because of that particular innovation and inclusion and transparency as well, we'll have a very interesting conversation today. So he's been on this program himself, unlike many in public office who usually shy away from the media. This is openly because he has nothing to hide. He is bold, accessible, accountable. He's a true digital mayor who on leadership in the 21st century must be participatory. His belief that governance is a collective responsibility is the reason he has set up highly functional committees, selecting people of proven integrity and competence to serve. And unlike many of his colleagues, he allows these committee members, and that's why the people who are joining us today have come to come on air, speak freely, interact with constituents, and give updates on what's happening in the local government area. And just like the conversation we're having today, okay, so if you're tuned in for the very first time, like I did mention, I would advise that you don't change this dial, okay? Let it be on solid 100.9 FM. And from everything I've said, this is what real leadership looks like. So I want to sincerely commend him, and we urge other leaders, most importantly those that are afraid to come to the media, either radio, TV, or speak, that they should please emulate this level of openness, innovation, and progressive governance. And today's conversation, if you did listen, we're looking at technology. We're looking at the Youth Training Initiative on Ethical Artificial Intelligence Skills. And we have guests to talk on this particular issue. But before we get to meet with our guest, we know that in today's world, technology is evolving faster than at any time in human history. Artificial intelligence, which is commonly known as AI, has moved from being an abstract idea to becoming part of our everyday lives. From the smartphones that we have, transportation systems, business tools, agriculture, education, and even basic communication, AI is quietly shaping the way we live and work. But while AI brings speed, convenience, and new opportunities, it also comes with risk when used without guidance or responsibility. And around the world, conversations are happening about ethical AI. That means using technology in a safe, honest, transparent, and responsible way. For young people, this is especially important because they are the largest, we know that young people are the largest users of digital tools, the most active on social media. You go on social media now, you find a lot of young people, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, and the different social media platforms we have there. And the generation that will face the future of AI most directly. Unfortunately, many use AI without the knowledge of how it works, what information it collects, or the consequences of misusing it. And that is why ethical AI training becomes very, very important, becomes very, very crucial. So we'll be talking about the Youth Training Initiative on Ethical Artificial Intelligence. And we know from the conversations we've had that it's created to help young people understand how AI works, how they could use AI tools safely, how to avoid misinformation, to protect their privacy, and for creativity, education, entrepreneurship, and of course, problem solving. And this discussion will not be complete without me introducing our distinguished guest. So in the studio this morning, we have three, I don't know why they didn't make it gender sensitive, like a woman in their midst, but no problem. Thank God we are three, yeah? Three ladies. And the number of men here is more, Jesus. 2, 4, 6. Ugo share and 2, 2. So we have three very distinguished guests, and we have Right Honorable Dr. Nnamdi Udu. He's the Southeast Zonal Chairman of the Councillors Forum of Nigeria. Good morning and welcome to Freedom Square Live.
Thank you. Good morning.
We also have Isaac Onoyima, Special Assistant to the Chairman, Ubweze South on Media. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Lillian. Good morning to our listeners.
And finally, we have Prince Ekene Eze. He's a member of the Special Committee on Bursary and Scholarship, Ubweze South Local Government Area. Prince, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, and thank you, our listeners.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us today. So we're going to start up first things first. In simple terms, what does artificial intelligence mean, right? And why should the average Nigerian youth care about artificial intelligence? Okay, and who's going to answer?
I think I'll take that.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Lillian. You know, I wouldn't say it's unfortunate, but let me just say that I think I'm missing Chief Anyoke.
Yes, we all
And
are missing him.
I really hope that before we finish, will be able to join us here. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you once again, our listeners. Why we are here is to talk about a very beautiful, progressive initiative born out of the desire, you know, the commitment and the intentional investment of the executive chairman of Ubweze South Local Government Area and the deputy chairman of Argon, Enugu State. Talking about Barrister Ogufedina Ubweze, who has over time been seeking this very partnership with UNESCO, and today we are happy that it has materialized into a tangible result. So today we are talking about ethical artificial intelligence skill training for the youths of Enugu North Senatorial Zone, an initiative brought to our doorstep by Ubweze South Local Government Authority and UNESCO Country Office Abuja in collaboration with the University of Nigeria. So if I'm asked now to, you know, in simple terms, explain what artificial intelligence means, I will just tell you that AI, as we normally call it, is no other thing than devices, softwares designed or created in such a way that they have the ability to think like humans. They have the ability to reason like humans. They have the ability to act like humans. That is, in fact, they even have these problem-solving abilities, just like human beings, even though they are still created by humans. So I would say that they are just like an advanced machines that do all those things that we know human beings can do. So that is just what artificial intelligence is. It's something that we come across in our day-to-day living, our smartphones that we use, even the vehicles that we drive. All these things have artificial intelligence embedded in them. So there is no way you can come out for a day, conclude your activities for the day, and you don't come in contact with one AI tool or the other. So that is just how simple it is. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that brief explanation of what AI is. We know that AI is powerful, right?
Very, very.
But we know that without ethics, it can be misused. And how do you see young people interacting with AI today? How do you see it?
Okay, some would categorize AI as an emerging technology. But to me, even though my understanding of AI is still basic, I believe also that it is no longer in the future because we are living it a lot of young people do all sorts of things with AI. But then the way the question lies is, it's not about acquiring that skill. It is not about knowing about AI. It is not about knowing what you can do with AI and the manipulations you can do with it. The question is, are you doing what you're supposed to do with it? Are you using the AI? Are you using the skill you have acquired in the right way you are supposed to use it? And that is why this training, we said it is on ethical artificial intelligence skills. You know, we are making sure that you don't just learn it, but you learn it and use it for the purpose it is meant for, without abusing it. Thank you.
Okay, so what dangers? I want us to look at those dangers that young people actually face if they are not trained properly in terms of the use of AI. What are those things that will happen? Because if you're trying to solve a problem by having this training,
Yes.
we're trying to solve a problem, and the problem we're trying to solve is the use of AI, so that they'll be able to use the AI for their own positive gain, not the negative part of it. So let's look at the problems that this AI have created basically for young people, which I know it transcends to older people as well.
Exactly.
So what are those problems? Because if we're able to look at those problems now, we'll be able to say, okay, so these things are actually problem. Because if you don't see something as a problem, it's not a problem.
Exactly.
Unless we're able to state it categorically that this thing is a problem. Or it's just like when you are sick. If you don't go to the hospital, the doctor cannot know or assume and know that, hey, there's somebody that is living in house 29 that is sick, unless you come to the hospital. And definitely before you get to the hospital, your body will do you somehow before you get there. So what are those problems?
Okay, thank you very much. And in simple terms, I'll just give you instances. You know, fraud, fraud, especially financial fraud, you know, is one of these negative aspects of the use of AI that we'll have to strongly campaign against. Apart from fraud, we'll have other areas like cyberbullying. You will see a little kid of 15, 16, just because he has the knowledge of AI, has the skills. He will just sit down in the comfort of his room and be manipulating a lot of things, doing all sorts of things. They can the person doesn't even need to come in contact with you. Just with a picture of you, maybe he came across online from any social media platform, person can, you know, manipulate that image to, you know, look like something that, you know, it's just defamation. It's defamation. So this fraud, cyberbullying, that, you know, some of these negative aspects of using artificial intelligence are just the things we need to lend our campaign against. So, and the program, the way we have designed it, we made sure that we have specific areas of interest that individuals or participants may want to delve into. We have areas like AI content development. We'll have another one like chatbot creation. We'll have another one like AI application. But then apart from that, we'll have two specific areas that we see and consider as general courses. And one of these two areas is the ethics of AI. So it is our, you know, expectation that in this class, everything about what you should do with AI and what you shouldn't do with AI, the ethics will be taught, and we will continue to preach it. We'll continue to make sure that our young people understand that we don't always have to use artificial intelligence for the negative things.
Okay, thank you so much. And I would love for the same question actually to maybe for another person to answer, because when you talk about AI, artificial intelligence, anything that is artificial is not straight. Let me put it that way. It's more like an additional thing. What you have and adding something to either boost it or to reduce the quality or something of that thing. Now, we know that from all indication, AI is becoming part of everyday life.
Yes.
Your phone, you just tell your phone what to do, the phone will tell you even what you're going to say tomorrow. The phone can tell you what you're going to say tomorrow today. You understand? So for young people, a lot of young people don't understand this. They want to move with the trend. You mentioned financial fraud, you mentioned cyberbullying, and thank God from the 25th of November to the 10th of December is ending violence, gender-based violence. And one of the causes, one of the gender-based violence, cyberbullying, right? Is
Yes.
part of it. Even financial fraud, because some people extort money from people because of this. So young people, I feel, from this conversation, will need to understand something, that AI is good and is also bad. So what do you think is the biggest misunderstanding that young people have about AI today? Okay, so apart from you, someone else can take it.
Okay, thank you, my sister. I want to start by thanking the local government chairman of Igozi South, Barrister Ugofedna Bukweze, for his wonderful initiative. You see, I want to, let our audience understand why we are here. The local government chairman of Igozi South, which is Barrister Ferdinand Ugochukwu, when he was coming on board as the chairman of the council last year, he came up with a lot of programs. He came up with a lot of blueprints. He came up with a lot of directions as regards his administration. And one of the most important program he had for his administration is youth empowerment. Last time we were here, we talked much about how he is empowering the youth in our place. So he made it very clear when he came on board that he want to take minimum of 2,000 youths out of poverty in Igozi South through various empowerment programs. And he started it then by partnership with partnering with this Mario Institute of Hospitality Management and Entrepreneurship Education. Yes. So first of all, he enrolled. I'm coming because I want to just give overview before I land into the questions you asked. So he first of all enrolled 100 persons, 100 youths to that Scale Acquisition Institute. And those first 100, they performed excellently well. Within the space of 3 months, a lot of them have started to repair phones. A lot of them have started to bake. A lot of them have restaurants as I'm speaking to you. A lot of them are into a lot of things. And I want to tell you that basically, whether we like it or not, that 50 persons or 50 out of those 100 will be making livings from that particular program. So after that, he enrolled another 150 again. As I'm speaking to you, the program is ongoing. The Scale Acquisition program is ongoing at that Mario Institute of Scale Acquisition at Ihunowerede in our place. So now, after doing this, he said that he wants to go digital. He said that he wants to go digital. And he said, how can he empower our youth digitally? He now come up with this particular program that will be starting on 9th of this December at University of Nigeria and Nsukka, and it will be ending on 18th of December. This program is a program that he wants to train minimum of 300 youths across. This one has gone beyond Igozi South. You want to train minimum of 300 youths across Enugu North Senatorial Zone on different skills acquisition using AI. You want to train them on different things they can use to be making a living using AI. And he's doing that in collaboration with UNESCO and this Directorate of International Collaboration in UNN. So you now say that the world is moving fast. The world is moving very, very fast. And you can never sideline AI if you want to equip yourself in a lot of digital kinds of scale acquisition. So he now come up and said, these 300 persons, what are we going to do to them? What are the opportunities that are there, for the young ones to use to make a living, to chart a course for themselves, you know, to take as a profession. So he now said, now, you know, I'm coming from the aspect of the committee on bursary and scholarship, and this program is entirely the brainchild of that particular committee. So you know, say that a lot of skills will be acquired. Number one, you know, this AI, just like my brother have said before, our people are using it negatively more than the positive aspect. Like all this Yahoo you see, 80% of people that are into this Yahoo, which is fraud, are using AI. Now, you can see, let me just give you one instance. I saw one young man. I saw his phone. What the young man was doing is that he disguised himself as a girl. He was chatting with one American or so, one man like that, one retiree that is very rich. So he cloned, I don't know how he cloned a voice. He made, you know, an image of a young, beautiful lady, you know, based in Zimbabwe. And he was talking expressly with this man. And he was not even saying anything. All these things he was doing was AI enabled. And he has making a lot of money from this man. The same thing goes to some of our youth, using it for negative aspect. And that is one of the main reasons why he's embarking on this program, to correct that narrative. To correct that narrative. That AI should be used for positive purposes, not negative purposes. A lot of our youth that are into hacking today, that are successful in hacking, you know, hacking people's accounts, doing what it is, generating code and packing people's money from their account, is as a result of AI. And people are just like, it's just like, you know, if you want to learn a language, if a language is new to you, one of the things, I know most of us understand this, one of the first aspects of language you learn is basically insult.
Yes.
Do you understand? Insult, you start by insult. So a lot of our people are new to AI and they have started from the negative side. So now you want to tell them that you can use AI for content creation. There's a lot of opportunities abound in using AI, especially this content. A lot of guys are making thousands of dollars monthly from content creation, and you know, acquiring a wonderful skill on using AI for content creation can make somebody, the thing will be in form of the person's career. You can pick up a career path from that place. You can use AI to write different kinds of program, applications, startup applications, a lot of applications. If you bring your phone today, if you go to Google app, you say download this, download that, download that. All these are programs written by people, and you can use AI to write them easily. These are one of the things they are going to teach them in this upcoming program. A lot of wonderful opportunity that abounds in AI. That is what they are going to unlock. Is a very packed program that will change the course and the narrative of a lot of our young ones. So we want to use this opportunity to tell our young ones, to teach them that AI is majorly better to be used in positive way than negative direction. So I will continue to talk more as we proceed.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And that brings me to my next question, because while you were talking, you said AI, you could actually use AI for a lot of things, positive things, and make money out of it, rather than do one bad thing and when you're caught, you spend the rest of your life in jail. Now, we know that AI is no longer the future, it's now. Because growing up, they'll tell you, in the next 2 years, things will change. And you begin to wonder when that 2 years will come. But of course, that 2 years is now. So AI is very important. And you've also stated why it's important for youth to get trained. Okay? So it's not just having a phone, because the truth is, we know that we have a lot of people who have phone who don't even know what to use the phone to do. They just answer chat call, mail, WhatsApp, that's all. Even if you come to them and say, give me your phone, they tell you KHOG, they become scared, because the notion is, because of what we've said, they can use your phone to collect your picture or use it to extort your money. They don't know that it goes beyond that. So why is this important, this training? I know you've mentioned a few, but I want Honorable to come in on this. Why is this important for young people? Why is it important for them to get trained? Why do we need to Like, it's more like we're hammering it. We're telling them that they need to get trained. Why should we be doing that? Why don't we just sit back, relax, and watch them the way they were able to find out what to use the phone to do, WhatsApp and other things? Why is it important that we get them trained? And what are those opportunities that are available for them? You spoke about, I think one of you spoke about content creation, which is one aspect. You talked about they could create applications with it. That's another part. But I know it goes way beyond these two things. There are other things that one could use their phone, because this AI we're talking about, AI is not a tree, it's our gadgets. That this phone we're using is the AI we're talking about. So it goes, it's not something that you breathe in. It's something that you see and you need to start doing something. So why is it important that they need to get trained?
All right, thank you, Lillian, and thank you to our listeners. Once again, I would like to join men and women of goodwill to appreciate the chairman of Igbeze South local government area. I am not from Igbeze South, and this program is for the entire Enugu North senatorial zone. You see, just like all of us have agreed that AI is no longer the future, it is already here. What the chairman is doing for very small-minded people may look small, but this is shaping the future of our youth. This is human empowerment. This is something that in the nearest future, this training that the chairman is sponsoring, empowering the youth, the young people with requisite knowledge of ethical AI, is something that in the nearest future is going to trickle down to so many families. So many people are going to be beneficiaries. 300 persons will be trained. These 300 persons is enough to change the entire Enugu state and even beyond. And just like my brother have said, so many positives, so many good things that are bound in AI, so many opportunities that are there for young people in AI, so many things that AI can be used to achieve, to do, content creation, which he has mentioned, developing apps. And I'll say this, a lot of persons think maybe AI, just like Isaac said, some of us are still in the basics. Most persons think that AI is what we use to even cheat in exams, because with AI you can basically get any information. And what this has done is that it has robbed so many people of originality, ingenuity, being real. So while we are looking at the good, the bad, what we are driving towards at the moment is so that with this program is so that the young people, we can harness the positives, from the program.
Okay, all right, thank you so much. Let's talk about this training.
I want to add more to what you have said. You are like asking what is the need for this program. Now, I want to tell you, if you know the number of unemployed youth in Nigeria, you will shed tears. I work in a university environment, and by the grace of God, I've seen this. Every year people graduate without a job. If you go to the village, you see a lot of young men and women wallowing in poverty because of joblessness. My sister, a lot of social vices we are seeing today from the youth is as a result of joblessness or unemployment. if you see even this fraud we are talking about is a product of unemployment. If you see all this kind of even drug abuse, all these guys after waiting and searching for jobs, say, oh boy, make I take Igbo, make I just dey cool body. From there you see them going into kidnapping, into stealing, and all sort of you. You see our young ladies going into prostitution, all these things because of what? Joblessness. What this program is here to solve is for what? Self-employment. He wants to empower you to make money by yourself without working for anybody, without looking for or searching for white collar job. AI, the program we are going to embark on, this upcoming program that's been sponsored by our local government chairman, it will empower the youth to the extent that a lot of them will be millionaires in a couple of years to come. It's not a lot of them will be millionaires before a year. I want to be honest, honest to you. So this program is here to empower our youth for self-reliance, so that they will not be looking for job. And that's why we didn't restrict the program only for the educated, even the uneducated ones that can use phone effectively. If somebody that did not go to secondary school can manipulate and clone a voice of a woman and be extorting money, he can still use it for positive aspect. So this is going to pull a lot of our youth out of poverty. That is the passion of our local government chairman. He's so passionate about youth empowerment, human capital development. So this program is going to pull a lot of our young ones out of poverty. Believe you me.
Okay, now you've mentioned, because we want to delve into the main program, which is this program, this initiative that the local government chairman has come up with. And we've all said so many nice things. We've actually looked deep into what AI is and how young people get involved. So we know that this particular program is created, from what you've said, to help young people understand how AI works, right? How to use these AI tools that are available, okay, on their phones, and how they can actually access it, how to avoid misinformation, because one of the things that kills is misinformation, and how you pass on that information. Because if I tell you something, now if you decide to play a game, I tell you something, tell you to tell the next person, I'm not sure you're going to say it the way I said it to you. Because number one, your head is processing something. Our brain works differently. So before it gets back to me, even me that told you the thing the first time, I'll find out that what I told you, let's say if I tell you Obi is a boy, when you're telling, say Osina Adobe, before you know it, maybe they will even remove Ada Sef or Obi from the name. You say Lillian will enter. So information is important. How to protect privacy from your conversation. How to use AI for creativities, content creation, educational purposes. Some people use it to write exam, we all know. But then your teacher teaches one thing in class, you begin to write anything. But some lecturers will not even care. You have written well, but not knowing it is AI enabled. Entrepreneurship as well. People make money out of it. They create apps, from what you've said, and also to solve problems. You also mentioned to get people out of poverty, thereby creating jobs for themselves. AI, a lot of people have used AI to cause harm for themselves and for others. That's why we mentioned financial fraud and all that, and cyberbullying. So let's talk about this initiative. How is it structured? Who and who need to get involved? Is it, you have said young people, but we know we have young people. We have people like a 12-year-old child. If they tell you what they like, they can collect your phone, and you begin to wonder how they're able to know where your WhatsApp is, know where, the way they will access your phone, you begin, like your password, you don't even know they are looking at you when you are pressing it. Even yourself, sometimes you forget your password. But they will tell you, mommy, you forgot your password, bring it, daddy, bring it. And you'll be looking. And the way they enter people's phone, like there's this, my cousin, he takes where he's staying, his auntie's phone, and the way he enters, do you know this boy can be pressing, he will just be putting code to withdraw money, like just be putting, you'll be trying different code, like you not be wondering like how do you know this is the code that they use to check money or to know how much is in somebody's account? USS, how do you know? So that's the kind of brain they have. So this particular training, when you say young people from Are you saying from 15 to 20, or you're saying young people like children? Basically, I don't think we need to call anybody child because their brain is more than children this time around. So how is this particular initiative structured, and who are the people, who are your targets? Young people in what sense, from what age to what age?
Okay, thank you so much. I think I have to attend to that question. You know, the structure of the program, generally, I've already told you it's an initiative of Igboeze South local government in collaboration with UNESCO and University of Nigeria, Nsukka. So it's going to be a 10-day intensive training workshop that's going to focus on these areas we already listed. Okay, so it's going to start on the 9th of December. That's on Tuesday. Tuesday is 9th.
9th, yeah.
Okay, it's going to run through to 18th of December. So that's 18th. We're going to have the closing ceremony. That's the day that UNESCO is going to issue their certificate of completion to the participants. Okay. Then we're talking about our target audience. When we say youth, you know, in our today's world, when you say youth, you will find out that at the end of the day, you may end up even seeing people that you may consider, in your own opinion, as that they are no longer youths. People that should be in the category of fathers, but they still insist that they are youths. Some even say, I am youth at heart.
Yeah.
You understand that? So in this situation, we have received a couple of calls from such individuals who claim that they are youth at heart. Okay? And because of, you know, how important they present this thing to be to them, we don't always push them away. The same thing is applicable to these younger ones that I wouldn't want to call children because of what you just explained here. Some of them are even smarter than some of us.
Exactly.
Okay, I can tell you now the experience I had with one of my boss's sons. This young, just like you said exactly about the ability to, you know, pick and retain the memory of your phone password.
Yes.
So I was pressing my phone. I was trying to unlock my phone to do one or two things. I didn't know that this young guy was just watching. So after I did the whole thing, he just came to me. He was very honest. He told me, I know your phone password. Do you understand?
Yes.
I know your phone password. I thought it was a joke. Until he laid his hands on the phone and he unlocked my phone. As he unlocked it, the first thing he opened was Google Play Store. There is this game they always play with their daddy's phone and their mommy's phone. He went there and he installed the game there. They started playing it. So this very person I'm telling you now knows about this program. And since he heard about it, he has been on my neck. He's just 10. Do you understand me? He's just 10. So I talked to his mom about it, and the mom started telling me more about the young guy, that, you know, this is just like his area of interest. And it may even surprise you that some of us who are claiming to be the organizers of this thing, you know, the initiators, and that these people even need this, and they even know more about this that we're talking about than some of us. Okay, so the scope of our target audience in geography, we say Enugu North Senatorial District. Okay, then if you're talking about age, I will just tell you that we're going to use our responsible discretion, you know, to make sure that anybody that is coming into this program will not look like, if you are a child, we'll make sure that your age is not something that anybody can consider too young for it. You know, reasonability. You're not going to be too young for it, but as far as you have the needed understanding to gain this knowledge, we're going to take you in. In fact, come to think of it, it's not even better, because we're talking about ethics. It's not better to catch them young and make sure that we inculcate this orientation at this early stage. You know, some people at my age now, somebody like me will find it very difficult to, do this orientation. See, this is what you're supposed to do, not this one. So by the time you talk to the person once, twice, and the person responds in the way that you too may even have to think about the next thing you will say twice, you see that the result, the target will be met with serious challenges. But when you have them, the younger ones, you draw them close. These are the ones that you can teach and be sure that you have taught. It's not like others will not learn, because this is something that nobody forced anybody to register for. Okay, it is something they did out of way because they saw a wonderful opportunity and they decided to grab. So I believe anybody that is coming is going to pay attention. Anybody coming is going to make proper use of the time, the investments, the resources that are being put into this program. So apart from this certificate of completion and participation, we have this understanding with UNESCO that just like they do in other of their programs, after this program, these participants, our target is 300, like we already said. These participants are going to continue to enjoy UNESCO's mentorship. This mentorship, they will continue to enjoy the close monitoring from UNESCO. UNESCO, just like every other United Nations agency, is this agency that once they invest in a program, once they partner with you in a program, they're not just going to forget about the program as the program ends. They already know that they have assets in these participants that, they are going to have their data and everything to keep an eye on them. If tomorrow we are talking about employability, we are talking about job creation, to me, it's not just about learning this thing and, using it yourself to do content creation. Some may decide to do that, but it doesn't end with that. There are organizations, there are institutions, there are, agencies that are looking for AI experts, international opportunities here and there. So this is how we have structured the program, and I'm very, very sure that out of the investment already put into it and the resolute organization we're having is going to yield very, very beautiful results.
Okay. Okay, so what is the training going, what phase will the training take? And what are the courses? Is it a general training or there will be specialization?
Thank you very much.
If you're interested in this particular one, you go for it. If you're interested in this one, you go for it. So what shape is it going to take?
Thank you very much. I already mentioned it even when I started. It's not going to, you can't just delve into AI and say you are learning AI. It is too vast. Okay? So you have to have a specific area of interest for you to be able to make judicious use of the time allotted for the program. Okay? So we'll have 4 basic areas of interest. We'll have AI content development, where participants will be able to, at the end of the training, be able to manipulate AI in content creation, like we've talked about here. We'll have another area like chatbot creation. We'll have another one like AI application. Then in the general, the ones we'll consider as general courses, we'll have AI user and risk responsibility. Then we'll have the other one that is the ethics of AI. These two now are the ones that no matter the one you are doing in the other 4 areas, you are going to participate in these 2. Because it is in these 2 that you are going to, all those teachings, all those nurturing that we're expecting, all those orientation that we expect to inculcate will come from these 2 that we consider general courses. So you do them and then you still have your classes in the area you have chosen.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And if you just to inform, This is Freedom Square Live right here on Solid 100.9 FM, and we've been having a very interesting conversation here. We've been talking about the Youth Training Initiative on Ethical Artificial Intelligence Skills, and it will be happening on the 9th, on Tuesday, the 9th of December, down to the 18th of December 2025. And this training initiative is for youth of Enugu North Senatorial District. So is it just for only youth, somebody that is not from, just like you mentioned, somebody that is not from Enugu North, and I want to be part of it, I have a place to stay. Am I going to be accepted?
Okay, let me tell you now the trajectory of this program. From the beginning, when the idea first struck, they wanted to have it just for Wozesa local government area, the youths of that area. But then, when the moment we made it public, we started receiving calls upon calls, interest from here and there. This is too big to just be limited to Wozesa local government area. In fact, if not even because of the involvement of the resources involved, I think if you throw it open to Enugu State per se, we'll still have reasonable number of applicants. I can categorically tell you that between the time that we made this in public till now, we have had not less than 20 callers from other states that are not even in Enugu State, asking to be part of it. But one thing is always a concern. Like some of them would always ask, would there be accommodation for some of them coming from outside the state who would want to be part of it? But then how we originally designed it, we just said Igbozesa, but then when we got more interest from people outside Igbozesa, we then said, let us enlarge scope and then have it for Enugu North Senatorial Zone. So the idea was that if you are from Nsukka Zone, okay, and you are living, for instance, in Anambra, you are living in Abuja, Lagos, some of them are coming back. We've already confirmed their participation. If you are coming back and you are from Enugu North Senatorial Zone, you are coming back to your home. Okay? You're coming back to your family, you're coming back to your home. So accommodation will not be an issue for such persons, because we did not factor in accommodation for participants in the arrangement. This is just like a flagship program. We expect that from the result we gain from this one, the subsequent ones will have a better planning for it. But for now, if you are a youth, if you are interested in what we are doing and you want to participate, I know who the sponsor is. He's the chairman of Igbozesa South local government area, but he, out of his magnanimity, he was able to say, okay, others can participate. Do you understand? So
yeah.
If you have your way with accommodation, that you can come to Nsukka, stay somewhere and be part of this program, or you can shuttle it from wherever you are and come and participate in it. You just go and try your luck with your registration, just like others are doing. And if you are shortlisted, I'm very, very sure that he's not going to say, you are not from Enugu North, you should leave this place. You are not from there, you should leave this place. So the basic point is, if you can have yourself in Nsukka, we're not assuring you accommodation, but once you can find your way to the venue, once you can make your registration, get shortlisted and find yourself in the venue, you're going to have every privilege that any other person in that program is having.
All right, thank you. We'll go on a quick break, and when we do return to the venue of this training, and we'll look at those that are going to be teaching.
The experts.
The expert that will be part of it.
All right.
We'll look at them. We'll also look at, I know you've mentioned a few of the courses that are available, and how you're going, because you are saying interest. Somebody who doesn't even know all this thing, but yes, I'm interested, but they don't even know where to belong. You get to tell us how we can be able to
Okay, well, I
shift
think we
our
already
base.
handled that one. I will
because-
just tell you how we handled it.
So you also talk on that. So don't go anywhere. Keep it locked. This is Freedom Square Live. We'll be right back.